for you guys to get that what do you call this assignments. Okay, I will have I want you guys to go ahead and create some username and the password. Okay, so I'll just show you that. Just a minute. If you go to this particular location, okay, this particular thing.
I think I'm not able to see your screen. Are you
Oh,
sharing your
okay.
screen?
Yeah, I have not shared the screen. I'm sorry. Yeah, now I have shared the screen, guys. Okay, so you can go to this particular thing. Okay, now when you go for this particular thing website, okay, it will tell you to create or sign up for an account. Okay, it's a free account that you have to sign up. Okay, there is no charge for this account. Even I'm not paying to be an administrator here, so it's absolutely free. So once you create that account, just ping me your username alone. Okay, what this is this is a version control tool, guys. Okay, so if at all you guys aware of what are version control tools, like some of you might have used JIT or SVN or
Hmm.
CVS. Okay, so we will be using this SVN version control system. Okay, and I will be integrating,
Okay.
yeah, and I'll be integrating it with the your Eclipse. Okay, how to integrate with the Eclipse, that also I'll tell you. Okay, so it's like this. You need not send the code through the email and all. Once you do the changes, okay, say this is for my current batch. Okay, once you do the changes, you just do a right click and you say, there is a thing called commit, and when you do this, okay, your changes, whatever you're making, it will be pushed to the main server, and I'll be able to take the update. Okay, so you basically need not even copy and paste your code or anything. Okay,
Okay.
great. Just a minute. Jyoti said she already joined, and I think she has joined some other thing. Okay, so just a minute. Let me call her. She might be using the older uh, link. So this is fine, right? I mean, this way it's fine for you guys, right? I mean, you just need to write the code, and once you written the code, you just need to just right click and you say something like this commit, and that's all about it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Jyoti. Well, I don't see you here in the attendees list. So can you do one thing? Okay, can you close that? And I have, yeah, yes. Okay, join with that, and this is the same old link. Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, guys. So that is all about it. So try to create account here, and once you create the account, just ping me that account alone. Okay, and I will do the required thing for you guys. Okay, and that is all about it, guys. Okay, that is all about it when it comes to assignment. That is something, because I felt there is no connect in between, so that should not be happening. Okay, that's the only thing, guys. Okay, so Jyoti has joined. Jyoti, we were just discussing that I want you guys to go ahead and create a login credentials. Okay, I want you guys to go ahead and sign up on this URL. Okay, I'm pinging you the URL to all of you. Okay, this is the URL. Just create your username and the password and activate it, and once you activate it, just ping me your username alone, and what next needs to be done, I will tell you guys in tomorrow's class. Okay, if possible, try to do this this thing today, creating the username. Okay, and once you create the username, it will send you a link to your email address to activate it. Okay, also activate it, and once you are activated, just ping me your username. That's all about it, guys. Okay, that's about the SVN, and it will also help you to gain some real-time exposure. Okay, because no one will be doing a copy pasting of the code in the real time. So everyone, what they will do is they will go ahead and use this SVN, okay? And at any point of time, if some interviewer wants to really identify whether you have really worked in some industry as an automation engineer or not, they can easily identify if at all they ask you about some version control. And if you have no clue, then they can very well say that you have not worked. Okay, so that is the reason. These are the benefits. One, which you need not send the code through the email. That is the one thing. The second thing is you will also learn about the version control, guys. Okay, these are the two things, guys. That's it. Okay, now what we're gonna do is I will teach you the basics about the Selenium. Okay, basics about the Selenium. We have not started anything about the Selenium, correct? Is that right, everyone? Okay, now what we need to do is, first of all, I'm saying Java Selenium batch 24. This is your project, for example. This is your project. Now, the Java part is not yet over, guys, okay? But I want you to have the Selenium exposure, and side by side, we will do the Java as well, okay? There is a lot of things which you need to learn, okay, in Java, the exception handling and all those things. But it should not be like we are only learning the Java without the Selenium, okay? We will be learning the Selenium as well. So this is what you need to do. For example, if you want to open any browser in Selenium, you have to write WebDriver, okay? WebDriver driver equals to name of Firefox driver. But the problem is, if I say WebDriver here and do a control space, it is not giving me any option, guys. Okay, so normally, if you want to open the Firefox driver in Selenium, you have to do WebDriver driver equals to name of Firefox driver. This is what we have to do, guys. But the problem is now it is not giving you any option because we have not put the Selenium jar into this project class path, guys. Selenium jar into this project class path. And that is the first step that we need to do. Now, how will I go ahead and put the Selenium jars into the project class path, guys? Okay, for that, I have to first of all download Selenium jar, guys. Okay, I will say seleniumhq.org. Okay, and one more thing, guys. Any one of you are using Mac OS or Linux to do the these practicing? Any one of you? If not, I will be uh, I will expect you guys to work with Selenium version, this Selenium version, okay, somewhere here, Selenium 2.39. And believe me, guys, Selenium 3 is not at all stable. Okay, not at all stable, guys. Okay, this is the main reason I'm telling you guys to practice with Selenium 2.39. Okay, and even if at all you're tomorrow you want to attend the interview saying you have worked in Selenium for last 2 years or 3 years, then you should ideally be seeing telling some older version of the Selenium. Okay, and it is not like this. Okay, say this 2.39 was there in 2012 and 2012 January and 2012 February. If you get 2.40 Selenium version 2.40, you will immediately migrate. Nothing. If there is a project requirement, unless there is a project requirement, you will not be migrating your code. This is the basic thing. And you can very well say that, I was working on Selenium 2.39 and we have not migrated. Okay, the basic reason I'm telling you guys to tell this because Selenium 3 is not stable, guys. Still it is not stable. That is what I have felt, and most of the people. And in HCL, what happened is most of the project after Selenium 3 came, okay, they tried to migrate, but they had lots of issues, guys. Okay, so they have reverted their code back to any of these things, guys. Okay, and I want, when you go for interview, I want you guys to say that you started working on Selenium 2.39. Okay, that is what I want you to go ahead and tell. And if at all you can tell 2.27, that's if at all someone wants to put an experience of around 4 years, then I will prefer them to say 2.27, guys. Okay, so that is the thing. And believe me, okay, there is nothing lie in this, but believe me, there is absolutely no difference at all. You will not gonna see any difference. Okay, probably people will think in Selenium 3.0 the things will be much more better because it's an advanced version. That was the intention, guys. That was the intention, to make it little more advanced, but while doing that they have broken some of the existing functionalities. That is the problem. See, Selenium is also an application, guys. Okay, so it's basically when they try to add some new things, okay, they have broken some already existing code, and that is the reason you see, okay, in last 2 or 4 5 months, okay, in fact these three things, it was uh, recently launched. Okay, you can say February 16 they have launched this. Okay, this one. Then if I 3.2, again February 23 they have launched. Okay, then 3.3 they are launched on 7th of March. So they are releasing so fast. That is because there are lots of issues and they are trying to fix those. Okay, so if you if at all you guys are not using Mac OS or the Linux, I will prefer you guys to go ahead and use this 2.39. Okay, that is the thing. But you will not find any difference between 2.53 or 2.39 or even 2.27. There will not be absolutely any difference. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, guys. So as of now, I'll just download this latest version. Okay, download 3.3. Okay, this is the download button what I have clicked on right here. This is the download button. I have clicked on this and it got downloaded for me. Okay, I will say keep. Okay, so I have the Selenium standalone jar in my computer. Okay, I'm just copying it. Once I copy it, I will put it into my softwares folder. Okay, Selenium standalone jar 3.3. Okay, and I have checked till 3.2 and I felt it is not stable, guys. Okay, let's see. I'm using 3.3 for the first time ever. Okay, so let's check whether it is stable. Okay, we might not be able to check the entire functionality, but some of the functionalities which failed in 3.2, I will check those things in 3.3 whether this is working or not. Fine, we have the Selenium standalone jar. It's a jar file. And what is the acronym for jar? Any idea, guys? Jar. So it says .jar file. So it is nothing but Java archive. Okay, and there is one more thing called as .war, that is called web archive. Okay, these are the two packaging structures which you will normally find in case of Java application. These are the two packaging methods, guys. Okay, which you will see in the Java application. Okay, and web archive is something, for example, if at all you are working on a project which is developed on Java, they will tell, right? I mean, we have deployed the build number, say build 22, build number 22 on the server. Please test it, guys. Okay, so that build is nothing but the web archive, guys, .war file. Okay, Build is nothing but the .var file if at all you are working on some web-based application. But if at all you are working on this standalone application or some smaller things like uh, like anything like Selenium, for example, okay, it's not small by the way, Selenium, then they will create like jar file. Okay, just if at all they have to deploy it, it's if it is a web application, they will create a war file. If it is a simple standalone application, then probably they will create the jar file. And using Java you can also create, okay, .exe file, guys. Okay, these are all the packaging methods which developers use to package their source code, guys. Okay, that's it. There is nothing like nothing more than that. Okay, so Java jar stands for Java archive and var stands for web archive. Okay, now we have seen so far. Now I have this Selenium standalone jar downloaded into my software folder. How to add this Selenium standalone jar into your project class path, guys? Okay, or how to add this Selenium standalone jar, okay, which is right here, to your project. Okay, to your project. How to do that? It's very simple. Okay, very simple. I'll do a right click. I will do build path and configure build path, and I will say I will go to my F drive, softwares, and Selenium standalone, and click on open and apply and okay. That's it up. That's all about it, guys. Now if I do this Selenium WebDriver equals to new of Firefox driver, it should give me, okay, something. At least it should give me an option to import those WebDriver or the Firefox driver, guys. Okay, at least it will help me import it. Okay, so just a minute. If I right click, see it is giving me the import option now, because it's basically, this code is basically there in the reference library, that is Selenium standalone jar. Okay, and we are calling that particular thing, guys. Okay, Firefox driver, and I'll say WebDriver. Instead of WebDriver, as of now, I will create Firefox driver itself. Okay, fine. Just a minute, guys. Okay, now what you see here, okay, we are creating the object of a class. That is all about it, guys. We are not doing anything. We are creating the object of a class. Okay, any doubt in this particular line, that is line number 6? We have seen how to create the object of the student class. We have said something like this: student s equal to new of student. Okay, new of student. This is how we created the student of the object of the student class. And if you want to create the object of Firefox driver, this is what you will gonna do. Okay, this is what you will gonna do. Now if you run this, I'm expecting it to give you some error, guys. Okay, some error. See, it is throwing you some exception. Okay, it is saying executable path is not available, something like this. Okay, this path we have not set, webdriver.gecko.driver. Now what is this path, guys? It is saying we have not set this path. Okay, what is this path, guys? This path is nothing but there is an executable which is available for Firefox driver. Okay, that executable is right here, guys, in the same website, that is seleniumhq.org. This is the official website of Selenium, website of Selenium, guys. Okay, this is official, and we have downloaded the Selenium standalone jar. Okay, from here, this is the Selenium standalone jar that we have downloaded, and now we have to download one more thing called as Mozilla.gecko driver. Okay, Mozilla Gecko driver to launch Firefox driver. Okay, Firefox browser. If I click on this, okay, it will get downloaded, I believe. Okay, once I click on this, it is giving you all these options, guys. Okay, and since my computer is Windows 64-bit, I will be downloading this. But you guys might have Windows 32-bit. In that case, download this. If I know none of you are using Linux or Mac OS, I'm not sure what is this ARM architecture is for. Okay, I know something about the ARM architecture, but which operating system these file needs to be used, I don't know. But these two are for the Linux and Mac OS, and these are for the Windows, depending on Windows 32-bit or Windows 64-bit, guys. Okay, so since my operating system is 32-bit, sorry, 64-bit, I'm gonna download this Gecko driver. Okay, and if I click on this, it will get downloaded, guys. Okay, it will get downloaded. All right, but the thing is, I have it downloaded on my computer. If you see gecko driver.exe, I already have the downloaded and I have already extracted it. Okay, I have already downloaded and extracted it, guys. So what I'm gonna do, I have to give now the path of this particular executable to your Selenium script. So that how will I tell that, you know, the path of this particular file or this particular property to the Selenium is, there is something called as system class in Java, system in java.lang package, system dot set property. Okay, and you will give gecko driver and then give the path of this gecko driver. Okay, the complete path, guys. Okay, this is how you will give the path. And in Java, inside the string, you are not allowed to do this backslash. So either you can do double backslash, they also call it as escape sequence. This is the one way to put the backslash. If you don't want to use this way, double backslash, there is one more way which you can do, is by doing like this. /1 // is allowed for strings in Java. Okay, so either you use the first option or the second option, and I will always prefer the second option, because this second option also works if at all you are doing the script on Linux or something. Okay, there will not be any difference, guys. Okay, Linux or Mac or the Windows, there will not be any difference. The only difference will be these kinds of things. Instead of // it will be backslash. Okay, and when I teach you about the Selenium grid, okay, Selenium grid, okay, you will not even be touching a Mac or Ubuntu or anything for that matter. Everything will be done uh, from what you call this Windows, and every configuration will be done in the Windows. You need not even worry any configuration related thing in the Mac or Linux. Okay, whatever might be the operating system, you need not do any changes, guys. Okay, so but only thing you remember, you cannot do this forward slash. Okay, if you do it, you have to do one more forward slash to, this is called escape sequence in Java, guys. Okay, fine. So this is the location, and I'm saying WebDriver equals to Firefox driver. Now if I run, I'm expecting it to open the Firefox browser, guys. Okay, Firefox browser. Let's check whether it's opening the Firefox browser. Okay, it opened the Firefox browser, guys. Okay, that is the thing. It's opened the Firefox browser. But one thing you guys needs to understand is why I want you to basically try on older version of the Selenium. For example, I told you go for this selenium.org, practice with, download older version of the Selenium, maybe Selenium 2.39. That's because there is a difference between all these versions and Selenium 3 version. Okay, there is one difference. The difference is this: in case of older version of the Selenium, okay, and I will say older and the better version of the Selenium, because the new version is not at all good, guys. Okay, this is a plain truth. Okay, the older and the better version of the Selenium, what's happening is you need not give this system.set property. Only you need to do Firefox driver equals to new of Firefox driver. That is all you need to do in case of older version of the Selenium. Okay, but now you have to do this system.set property. Okay, but for other browsers like Internet Explorer or Google Chrome, in those things you have to give this system.set property in older Firefox, also in the new older version of the Selenium and the new version of the Selenium. Okay, but in case of Firefox, that this was not needed for the Selenium 2.0. Only this code was more than sufficient. So if at all tomorrow you go for the interview and they ask you write the Selenium code, okay, then there are all chances of you're writing like this. Okay, then they ask you whether this code will work on Selenium 2.0. Then if at all you say yes, then they will find out that you have not worked actually in the real time. Okay, that is the thing. Selenium 2.0, there was no need to set like this for the Firefox browser. Okay, so that is the reason I seriously want you guys to practice on Selenium 2.39. Okay, because that there will not be any improvement in 3.0 which you can really look out for. Okay, which is not there in 2.39. So far I did not find any such improvement, guys. Okay, even though there are some minor improvements, but those things are not they are like they have broken some already existing code. Okay, that is the reason always try, when you're practicing, practice with 2.39. Okay, that is the best advice I can give you guys. Okay, fine. Now this is how you will open the Firefox browser. Now say I want to navigate to some URL. Say I want to navigate to this seleniumhq.org. I just copy this and I will say driver.get, and you give the URL here. Now if I run this particular thing, it will open the Firefox browser and it will go to www.seleniumhq.org. This site it will go to. Okay, any doubt, guys, here? Any doubts? it went to Selenium.
Vishal,
Yeah, go ahead.
which version you are using right now for the Selenium?
Right now, what I'm teaching you guys, I am using Selenium
Hmm.
version for teaching your telling or in my company.
For teaching.
For teaching, I right now I'm using Selenium 2 dot sorry 3 dot 3.2 version. Okay, this
Okay, so this is the reason why you have put the set property for the Firefox.
absolutely right. Yes, yes. So
Okay,
3.3. This is what I have downloaded just now. Okay, but
okay, okay.
but I will prefer you guys to use the uh, the older version of the
2.39.
yeah 2.3
Okay.
that is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Any other doubt, guys? Anyone? Even if you say 2.39, even with this you can put around, you can say 3 years of experience you have. Okay, so because it was almost launched in January 2014, so 14, 15 and 16, 3 full years. Okay, so my most of my projects, okay, most I normally work in medical domain, and most of my projects, okay, we started off with 2.27, I believe. Okay, and after 2.27 we directly moved to 2.53. Okay, and we stopped at 2.53, and some of the project they migrated to 3.0 version when this stable version came, but they found a lot of issues, guys. Okay, and then they reverted back their code to 2.53. Okay, because this was the most stable version which you can ever get. Okay, so you practice with any of these versions. Okay, preferably 2.53 itself, or else okay you can use the 53 itself. But when you are going for the interview, you can always say that you started off with, if at all you are trying to put 3 years of experience, you can say that you started off with 2.39. Or if at all you are trying to say 4 years of experience in Selenium, you can say you started off with 2.27. Okay, 2.27, and whatever that is required for these things, whatever knowledge that is required, even the practical knowledge, okay, that I will gonna provide you guys. Okay, so you guys decide, because all of you, some people have joined just to gain the knowledge, and some people wants to move to some different companies. That is the reason, Joy. So it's your choice, guys. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, now we are using 2.3.3 version, so that's the reason I'm putting this system.set property. Okay, so now we know how to open the browser and how to go to some particular URL. This is one of the way to navigate to some URL, that is driver.get. There is one more way called driver.navigate.to. Now, what is the difference between driver.get and driver.navigate.to, guys? Anyone who has already studied the basics of Selenium? Yeah, anyone? No? Okay. See, there is one basic difference, okay? The basic difference is when you say driver.get, when you say driver.get, you can only go to some URL. That is the only option that you have, guys. But if at all you are using driver.navigate method instead of driver.get, if you did choose driver.navigate method, you have lot many options. You have lot many options. Like you can say driver.navigate.refresh. It will just refresh this browser. For example, you are in this browser and you want to click on this refresh button, or you want to press F5 on your keyboard to refresh the browser. You can do the same thing by using this particular thing, that is driver.navigate.refresh. But in driver.get, only thing what you can do is navigate to some URL, some particular URL. But in case of driver.navigate, you will get a refresh option, and there are other options. For example, driver.navigate dot forward. Okay, if you want to click on this forward button, which is, for example, okay, you want to click on this forward button right here, this forward button, you can say driver.navigate.forward. And if you want to click on the backward button, that is this button, back button, you can say driver.navigate.back. Okay, so these are all the options that you get, okay, with in case of driver.navigate method. But in case of driver.get, only thing that you can do is go to some URL, guys. That is all about it. Any difference between driver.get and driver.navigate method? But if you use driver.get, this one, and that is line number 11 and line number 12, there is absolutely no difference between line number 11 and 12. Both do the same thing. But if at all you are using driver.navigate, you are getting other options as well, not just going to some particular URL. That is only difference between driver.get and driver.navigate.to. Any doubt, guys? No? Okay. Just a minute, guys. Okay, now we know the exact difference between driver.navigate and driver.get. Okay, so this might be a question at the basic level which they might start off with the Selenium. Okay, now let me just say this open browser one. Okay, say I will say backward and then forward. Okay, so if I run this thing, what it will do is first it will go to this particular URL. Again it will go to the same URL. Again it will refresh that particular page, then it will go back, and then it will come forward. Okay, so let's run this, guys. Let's see what happens. You might not be able to see because it will be so fast. Okay, these operations might be a little bit faster. Okay, you might not see the exact effect. It got navigated, then again it is navigating. Now refresh. Now it should go back. Why it's not going back? I think it did it. I'm not sure. Should have done like this. Oh, back button has been disabled. Just a minute, guys. Second time I'll go to some other URL. Let me run this again. But do you guys have any doubts on refresh, back or forward, whatever I talked? Any doubt, guys? Okay, download, then back, then download. It's happening very fast, guys. Okay, that is the reason we are not able to see the exact effect. Okay, let's do one thing. I will use something called as thread.sleep. Okay, and don't be guys worried what is this thread.sleep. Okay, I will be teaching you this thread.sleep, okay, at later sessions. Okay, and don't worry what is this throws interrupted exception. Okay, thread.sleep I will definitely be teaching you guys, but As of now, remember what this thread.sleep will do is, okay, after executing line number 15, if you encounter thread.sleep, it will wait for 4 seconds, that is 4000 milliseconds. After executing line number 11, I want to wait for 4000 milliseconds, that is 4 seconds. After executing line number 13, I want to wait for 4 milliseconds, sorry, 4 seconds, that is 4000 seconds, so 4000 milliseconds. The same way, after executing the line number 15, I want to wait for 4000 milliseconds, that is 4 seconds. Okay, so that is what I want to do. Let me run this program, guys. Let's see what happens. And I will be teaching you guys what is this thread.sleep actually, okay, later on. But as of now, remember, it will just help you to wait. Now it is waiting, guys. 4 seconds. Now it is going to download. Now after 4 seconds, it will go back. See, it went back. No, refresh. Sorry, refresh it was. Now it went back. Now it will go back to the download again, forward. Okay, so you guys are able to correlate whatever it is doing, or any doubt here, guys? Anyone? Okay, fine. So it initially came in this particular seleniumhq.org, that is line number 11. Then line number 12, I gave this URL, that is download URL. It went here. Then line number 13, I went here. And then line number 15, I just clicked on this refresh button right here. So it refreshed. Then line number 17, what it did is it clicked on this back button so that it will go to the first page, seleniumhq.org. Then again, I'm line number 19, I'm clicking on this forward button and it will go back to the download thing. That is all it did, nothing else, guys. Okay, so no doubt, right? Okay, fine. Class 5. Okay, this is how you can go backward and forward. Now we will understand one more thing, how to close the browser. How to close the browser. How to close the browser, guys. And before that, if at all driver.navigate is confusing you, I will split it into two different things. Okay, before that, I want you to understand this. Now, say driver dot navigate dot to. This can be, say, and I'm giving, say, some animhq.org. Say I'm giving this URL, guys. Okay, this is exactly what I'm doing. Now you can, if at all this is confusing you guys, I can explain you this in this way. This code you will see everywhere in the industry. This is how they write. Okay, if they want to use driver.navigate.to. But if you want to simplify this, you can say first call driver.navigate. Okay, now if you take the mouse pointer on the navigate method, it is giving you what is the return type of this navigate method, guys. What you guys think? What is the return type of this navigate method? Navigate is a method, correct, which is there in the remote WebDriver class. So navigate is a method. What do you think? What is the return type of the navigate method? Jyoti is saying void. Okay. Anybody? Anyone else? And I want you to, like this way, I want you to understand the how to read the Java doc. this is whatever you are seeing guys here, this is nothing but the Java documentation guys. Okay, because if you understand the Java doc, okay, and if at all you're able to read the Java documentation, there is nothing like it guys. It's perfect if you can read the Java doc. Okay, Jyoti is saying it is a string. Okay, any other answer guys?
This is remote web driver.
It will return the remote web driver, you are saying, return type.
Hmm.
No, this is how you have to read it guys. Okay, I will show you now. This is how always Java doc has to be read like this. See, this is what it says. I'll just copy this and I'll paste it here. Okay, now first thing, this is the return type guys. There is an object of class or the interface. This is the return type. Okay, return type. Now this is the method that we are calling. This is the method name. Method name. Okay, now this method is in which class guys? It is there in the remote web driver class. It might be a class or it might be a something called as interface. We have not studied the interface at interface. Okay, and what is the package guys? This is the package org.openqa.selenium.remote. This is the package name guys. Okay, this is how you have to read any method. Any method if you see in your thing, for example, I want to say I want to know system.set property. Okay, if I take the mouse pointer, what it is saying, this is what it is saying, system.set property. If I paste it here, Java doc, its return type is string. This is the return type. It is in java.lang package. This is the package java.lang. System is the class name. Set property is the method that we are calling. It takes two arguments. That is the reason, since it is taking two arguments, we are passing two arguments here, two string arguments. Able to understand guys how to read the Java doc or any confusion here? Any confusion? Because I want you guys to understand the Java doc always. Always you should understand the Java doc. If you take the mouse pointer, it will give you some little bit of documentation like this regarding this set property method. And in the same way, if I take the mouse pointer on 2, okay, if I take the mouse pointer on 2 method, it is giving you something. Okay, don't worry. But are you guys able to understand this or any doubt? Divya, any doubt here? Okay, you said no, I believe, right? I mean, we were not able to hear you.
No, Vishal.
Okay, fine, Divya, thanks a lot. Okay, this is how you have to read the Java doc, guys. So string is the return type here. Java.lang is the package name. System is the class name, and set property is the method name, guys. Okay. In the same way, if I ask you what is the return type of this particular navigate method, it's navigation, guys. Okay, there is something called as navigation. Okay, and it is not a class, it's an interface. Don't worry what is interface, I have not taught you. Okay, just imagine as of now navigation is a class. Okay, and you say nav create some variable and if you call driver.navigate, it will return you an object of type navigation. So you are saying navigation nav driver.navigate. Any confusion, guys, or am I confusing you by telling you like this way? Feel free, guys. But you will not find this code anywhere in the industry or anywhere in the Google. Most of the times, 95% of the time, you will not find code like this. But I want you to understand, okay, what is happening behind the scene. Okay, so what is happening is when you call this driver.navigate, it will return you an object of type navigation, and on that navigation object you can call to method, and you can pass the string. So instead of doing line number 12, line number 13, you can always do like this. Any doubt, guys? But you will not find line number 15 and 16 where anywhere on the internet. Most of the time you will see this particular code, that is line number 13, whatever you are seeing. Any doubt, guys? Say I am saving driver.navigate.2. It is there in what package you are saying? It is there in a class called remote web driver. It is there in org.openqa.selenium.remote. Let me go to your Selenium jar. What it says, navigate method, it is there in org.openqa.selenium. org.openqa.selenium. org.openqa.selenium and remote. It is there in this package, guys. This particular method, navigate method, this method is there in org.openqa.selenium.remote package. In that remote package, there is a class called remote web driver, guys. Remote web driver. If you see, scroll down, remote web driver. In this class, this method is there, guys. Navigate method, and you're calling this particular method which is there in this class, and you won't be able to see this because it is a class file, guys. Okay, it's a class file. Is there any doubt, guys? See, navigate method. This is this method we are calling, guys, here. This is the exact method that we are calling. But we cannot see the implementation of this method. That's because we don't have the source code of that particular thing. Okay, so but if at all this is confusing you, if the line number 15 and 16 is confusing you, just remember as of now that to open a browser you can use, or to navigate to some URL you can use this driver.navigate. Okay, but if you really want to understand how it works, driver.navigate will give you an object of type navigation class. Navigation is not a class, it's actually an interface, but as of now understand it's a kind of, it's a class. Okay, as of now imagine that it is a class, and on that class in that class there is a method called to method. When you call this to method on that class, you will be able to go to some URL, guys. That is all about it. Any doubts? Anything that is bothering you guys? No? Okay, guys. Perfect. Okay, so let this code be there with you guys. I will be sending this code. If you want to practice, you can practice this code. Okay. Now we know how to navigate to some URL. Now the third step is to close the browser, guys. How do you close the browser? You can say driver dot close. You can say this driver dot close, guys. When you say driver dot close, the browser should be closed. But it was not working in Selenium 3.2 and 3.1. Let's check, since we are using 3.3, check whether they have fixed it here. Okay, it has launched the browser. I think still it is not working, guys. See, it has not closed. So that means that it is not working, guys. Definitely it is not working. Now let me try one more method that is called driver.quit. And this is the main reason I hate, these are some of the basic reasons for which I hate the Selenium 3.0 version. Okay, most of the things which was working previously are not working now. Okay, now let me comment this close, because 2.2 I have seen driver.quit was working fine. So that's what I'm checking now. See, it got closed. It, it got closed. But because I'm using 3.3 version or 3 WebDriver version 3, I am not able to tell you now what is the difference between driver.close and driver.quit. There is a major difference between driver.close and driver.quit, guys. Okay, and what driver.close does and what driver.quit does, we will be seeing in a while, guys. Okay, and can we take around 5 minutes break now, all of us? Is that fine? Yeah. Okay. So we will try to meet at 12:12. Okay. So 12:07 it is 12:12. Okay, and I will sharp start the class at 12:15. I will start the class, guys. Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you. Restart the recording. Yeah, I have started the recording. And yeah, fine, guys. Just a minute. Okay. So we were discussing what is driver.close and what is driver.quit. Here's the explanation, guys. Say you are going to some URL like irctc.co.in. You are going to this particular website, okay? And irctc.com, irctc.com maybe, not sure. Not this. Okay, yeah. So say you are on this particular website, that is irctc.co.in. Okay, similar website. Okay, just take for example. And now what's happening is you are clicking on, once you come to this URL, you are clicking on, say, this Maharaja Express. Now when I click on Maharaja Express, what happens, guys? why it is not staying. Okay, let me click on something else, or else. Okay, Maharaja Express. When I click on Maharaja Express, what will happen is it will open in a different tab, guys. Different tab. Okay, Maharaja Express is opening in a different tab. Or else if you click on Air Packages, it opens in a different tab. Now, say like that, you are doing it using the Selenium. Okay, and you have two or more tabs open. Say you have two or more tabs open like this. And if at all you are calling that time driver.quit, then all the tabs will be closed, guys. When you select driver.quit, all the tabs will be closed, guys. Okay, all the windows will be closed. Okay, and when you do these things using Selenium, there will not be tabs like this, guys. It will be coming as a separate window, and all those windows will be closed, guys. Okay, but what driver.close will do is driver.close will close current window alone. Driver.close will close current window alone. Did you guys understand? When I say current window, say you go to this irctc.com, and if you click on Maharaja Express, okay, or else if you click on something Air Packages, now there are two windows. Even though there are two windows, your control will be in the first window itself, and the first window will be closed when you call driver.close. The second window will be open itself. Okay, and we will be seeing this how to close the first window or how to close the second window, all those things in the later chapters, guys. Okay, but what you need to understand at this point of time is if you call driver.close, it will close the current window. Okay, where we have control right now. If you click on international packages, okay, still your control will be here in this particular window, and this if you call driver.close, it will close this IRCTC. That's it. Other two will remain as it is. But if you call driver.quit, all the three browsers will be closed, guys. All the three browsers will be closed. That is the difference between driver.quit and driver.close, guys. Any different? Any doubt, guys? Anything that is bothering you? Feel free. No, everything is fine. Okay. Now, I told you about driver.close and driver.quit. Once you do this driver.close and driver.quit, you know the basics, very basics that is really required for Selenium. That is opening the browser and navigating to some URL and closing the browser. Okay? And I hope there is no doubt about it, correct? Okay. Now let me put as this is 3. Okay. And believe me, guys, okay, Selenium wise, you might learn around 10 different things. Okay, 10 different operations like opening the browser, closing the browser, navigating to some URL, and there will be clicking on something, selecting something. There will not be more than 10 different things. But Selenium is so powerful only because of the Java. Or if at all you are using Python, wherein 10% of the Selenium project in the industry are using Python, and around 80% are using Java. So if at all you are using Python, so it's so powerful only because of the Java or whatever language that you are choosing. So what I want you to do is I want you to understand the Java in a proper way. And I saw, okay, like you guys have a kind of a hold on the Java. Okay, that's a very important thing. Okay, and that is the reason, believe me guys, I'm going little bit faster. Okay, I'm not skipping any topic, but I'm not going to some of the very very basics, okay, in case of Java. But wherever you find it's like something is missing, please let me know, guys, okay. And if you know the Java, see, this is what I'm planning for your batch, guys, okay. See, I do teach the APM, okay. I hope you guys know what is APM, okay. APM is for mobile native app automation. That is the, what do you call this, WhatsApp browser or Facebook browser, WhatsApp app or Facebook app that you have, that you can automate using APM, guys, okay. And if at all you are, I feel that you know Java in a decent way and you know how to develop the framework in the Selenium, I am promising you guys, I will give you this APM course to you free of cost without even charging 1 rupee. This APM course I'm gonna give you free of cost, guys. But for that, I should feel that you know Java in a decent way and you know the framework, the Selenium framework, whatever I'm teaching you. If you know those two things properly, I will give you the APM course free of cost, guys. Okay, this is what I'm planning for you guys, and that is the reason I'm telling you, try to concentrate on Java, and that Selenium as such, there is nothing. Okay, and if you know the Selenium, Java, and the framework, there is absolutely nothing in the Selenium. It's hardly will gonna take any time. Okay, and everything in the future, okay, will be on the mobile. Okay, so that's this. If at all you have the APM knowledge, the market value for you guys is will be very huge, guys. Okay, because you know now the browser automation and the app automation, okay, so the market value for you guys will be very high. So but to learn all these things, only thing that you need to have is, first of all, the Java concept proper, and the framework you should know. Whatever I'm teaching, you should know that framework, okay. Because if you know the framework, then it is like, it means that you know the core Java in a proper way. Without knowing the core Java, you cannot learn the framework, okay. So that is what, whenever I'm teaching the APM batch, I'm planning to include you guys, okay, free of cost. That is what I'm planning, okay. So that's all about, that's the reason I just wanted to highlight why the Java is so much important, okay. And the APM is built on top of Selenium, guys, and they are not competitor for each other. APM is for mobile app automation, and this one, Selenium, is for browser automation on the computers, okay. Now this is what we have learned in opening the browser, navigating, and closing the browser. Now, can anyone guess whether set property is a static method or a non-static method? Set property, which is there in system class, okay, this set property method, which is there in the system class, okay, is this a static method or a non-static method, guys? What do you guys think? Which is there in the java.lang package and the system class, is it a static or a non-static method? Think about it, guys. And while teaching the Selenium, I will keep on asking you some more other doubts regarding the core Java. Anyone can guess? If
Yes,
they
it's a
guess,
static
they
method.
have to also tell me what is the reason they gave that answer.
Okay, the answer is if you are placing the same, I think we are using certain uh, files which
No,
we are providing to the F folder
I will tell
softwares.
you,
If you change the location,
a static method. The reason I'm telling it is a static method is what I told you guys. Static method or static variable can be called by class name dot static variable name, correct? But if it's a non-static, for example, there is a class called what I told you. This is what I told you guys. Okay. See, there is a class called student class, student class, and it has say three variables: string name1, say string name2. Okay, say the global variables. Sorry, guys, global variables, and say there is a method called public void greet static. Okay, say there is some implementation. Again, there is something called as public void greet non-static. Okay, and say this is the static method, and this is a static variable. Did we discuss about sorry guys, I mean we definitely discussed about static and non-static, right, in the last class? Yes or no? Did we discuss what is
Yes, we
static
already
and what is
discussed.
non-static, guys? No answer?
Yes, for sure.
Oh, okay. Static, yes, yeah, okay, okay. I did not see your pings, guys. Okay, I'm sorry. Now I'm able to see your ping. Yeah, we discussed. Okay, so I was just yeah, Ayushi has replied also saying that it is static. Okay, yeah, fine guys. Yes, so what I'm trying to say is, say I have one more class called class create object. Okay, create something. Okay, create, and it has some method like main method. Now what I'm trying to say is, if I want to access static variable, I can say student dot name2, because it's a static variable, guys. Okay, and I can print it if I want to say name2 having, say, it has Jyoti. Okay, so if I say system.out.println, it will print me Jyoti. But if I want to print, say, Divya, okay, I cannot do it in the same way, because Divya is a non-static method. Sorry, Divya, this name one is a non-static variable. I cannot say name one. This is what we discussed. Remember, guys? Okay, so only way by which you can access the non-static variable is by making what? Object of the student class, say, you have to say student s equals to name of student, and you have to say sysovut. Now you can access s dot name1 and name2 everything using the class reference. Okay, by creating the object, or that is reference variable, you can access the non-static or the static, both kinds of thing. But just by using the class name, you can only access the static method. Okay, static variable. The same applies for methods as well. If I say student, if I want to call this greet static method, I can do like this, guys. Dot greet static. This is perfectly fine. But I cannot call student dot greet non-static. I cannot call, guys. So only way I can call the greet non-static is s dot greet non-static. Remember? Okay, perfect. Okay, I just wanted to revise those things. Okay, now, and the main difference, I am not telling you guys again, I'm not revising what is the main difference between static and non-static. This is around 70% of the Selenium guys, why 70%? Around 90, 70% of the Selenium guys will answer this particular question. They will not know what is the major difference. Okay, but the major difference I taught you guys already on in the last class. Okay, I said static is a shared variables and all those things. Okay, that is what first you have to say this in the interview. If at all someone asks you, then you have to explain them the other difference, the second difference, guys. Okay, so that's all about it. I just wanted to revise the static and non-static. So that's the reason set property is a static method, guys. Okay, that is all about it. Okay, now we are done with opening the browser and closing the browser and navigating to some URL. Fine, guys. And the same thing, okay, same applies for other browsers as well. For example, you want to open the Google Chrome browser, you will say web driver Chrome driver equals to new of Chrome driver, and here you will pass the property related to Chrome driver, and here you have to pass the driver related to Chrome driver after downloading it from this seleniumhq.org. Okay, fine, guys, but that we will see later. But the next step, what I want you to do is, I want you to know, say you have opened the browser, fine, you say, and this will be your project, guys. Okay, this will be your project. Okay, I will tell you about this project in the later chapters, but this will gonna be your project, guys. Now on this project, say if you want navigating to this URL, this URL, now say you want to click on this login button, this particular login button. How will you gonna do it? You have to click here on this login button, guys. How will you do it? To do that in Selenium, you have to tell first you have to tell the to the Selenium WebDriver tool, you have to tell the address of the login button. Address of the login button. This is what you have to tell it to the Selenium, guys. Okay. Now there are three ways to find the address of any element. Okay, see, all these things are called the elements. Say anything that you see, like this text box. Okay, this text box is an element. This password box is an element. This login button is an element. This username label is an element. Everything is an element in Selenium. Okay, this password, everything, this drop down box, this country text, this one, this logo, everything is an element. Okay, so first of all, you have to tell Selenium what is the address of that element. Okay, element. If you tell the Selenium what is the address, then it will give you that element. It will give you that element. How? That is what we're going to see. And there are three ways to tell the address of any element on your browser. Three ways to tell the address of any element on the browser. The most important way, which is used in around, you can say around 98% of the projects, is something called as XPath. And this is one of the most versatile method. It is one of the easiest method. Okay, XPath. Second important is, okay, you can say there is something called as CSS. Some companies are using CSS as a method, and very rarely they use something called as DOM. DOM is basically used by the developers. Okay, you as a Selenium tester, and CSS also will be heavily be used by the developers, but you as a Selenium tester, for you, this is most important, very important, guys. You have to be expert in finding the XPath, guys. You should be the expert in finding the XPath, and it is easy, guys. Okay, I'll tell you, it's easy. CSS, yeah, you might need to learn. Okay, we will try to see it in later chapters. Okay. CSS, we'll try to see it in later chapters. DOM, the fact is, even I don't know, guys. DOM, how to go ahead and use it. Okay, even I don't know. And it is like CSS full form, I can say, what is that? A cascaded style sheet, I believe. The same thing, what they style sheet. Okay, this is what it should be. Okay, so that is the full form of the CSS. Okay, and uh, it's like initially in 2012 I had used CSS. After that, I never used CSS, guys. Okay, and that is basically say how your page is aligned. Okay, this is basically used by the Java developers. Okay, say basically they will first create the HTML document. Okay, HTML document, and then they will apply some rules. Say this particular say I'll just show you the CSS. Okay, okay, this is a style. Okay, this is all the CSS. So they will say visibility is hidden, color, everything they will say. Okay, these are all CSS things, guys. Okay, that is basically used by the developers. Okay, basically used by the developers. So you have to tell the Selenium the address. Okay, and we will be, as an addressing mechanism, we will be using what, guys? We'll be using the XPath currently. Okay, and I want you guys to be expert in the XPath. Okay, in finding out the XPath. Now before you can learn the XPath, I have to teach you some basic things about the HTML, and you guys already might know these things. Okay, even if you don't know, okay, it's better I tell you about the XPath things. Okay, now, so sorry, about the HTML right now. Okay, say how to create an HTML page, guys. Anyone aware how to create an HTML page? Okay, I will tell you. HTML page is nothing but a plain, you can create a text document, say batch 24.txt. If I open it, it is just giving me what it is giving. It is just a notepad. Now in that notepad, I will put something like this, guys. Okay, don't worry, what is this? I'll be telling you guys what is this, what I'm typing. And believe me, guys, nowadays even developers don't create these HTMLs. There are a lot of tools in the industry by which they will create the HTML. They want some tag, they want a login button, they will just drag and drop, and that, okay, there are lots of tools which will create the HTML for you. Okay, and but developers need to have the knowledge on HTML, how it works and all those things. For you guys developing the HTML, you need not know, but I felt I will teach you guys, okay, some basics, okay, which you already might know, but that will gonna help you to identify the XPath. Okay, that will make the XPath much more clear to you guys. Okay, that is the main reason I am teaching you guys the HTML. Okay, say, don't worry, what is this HTML and what is this HTML here? Okay, as of now, remember, this is a tag. HTML is a tag. It is a start tag here, and it ends in this particular tag. This is a start tag, and this is the end tag, guys. That's all you need to understand now. Now, it is still a text file for us. Okay, it's a still text file for us. In every HTML, you can have two major sections, guys. One is head section. Okay, it will start at some point and it will end at some point. Okay, if you say backslash, this forward slash head, it is a closing head tag. Okay, in the same way, you will have some tags, a tag called body tag in the HTML. Body tag, it is starting the start of the body tag, and similarly you will have the end of the body tag. Okay, how will you end the body tag? Same thing, every tag ends by doing a slash. Okay, these are the three things. Now inside head tag there will be something called as title tag, guys. Title tag, guys. Title tag starts here and the titles tag ends here, and you can use some value. Okay, how this value will gonna impact, I will tell you. Okay, B24 HTML example. Okay, I'm just saving this and closing it. I'm opening it. It is still opening in the notepad, but HTML page will not have the extension as .txt, guys. Instead, their extension will be .html, which you already might know. If not, I'm telling you guys now, the extension will be .html, and then press enter. It will tell you whether, are you sure you want to change it? You say yes. Now its icon also got changed. It is now pointing to my default browser on this computer, that is Google Chrome, guys. Okay, if I double click on this, now see, it is giving me some page, and if you guys can see here, okay, if you guys can see here, see the browser title. Okay, at the top it says whatever title we had given, guys. Okay, whatever title we had given, guys. Understood? Now if I change, now if I want to do any modification in this, if I double click, it will open, guys. Okay, how to do modification, guys? It's very simple. You open a notepad. Okay, open a notepad, blank notepad. Okay, now you want to change it, and you just drag and drop into that notepad. Now you can do any modification that you want. Okay, say I'm changing now the browser title, say B24 HTML example. Right now it says, okay, but see here at the top it says B24 HTML example. If I change it into B batch 24, BATCH batch 24 HTML example, and if I have saved it, okay, Control S, and I'm refreshing this, it will change it to batch 24, guys. Okay, this is about the title. Okay, this is about the title, and believe me, guys, I mean, you need not know how to develop this, but it is very simple. Okay, very simple like this. Okay, and even some of the developers, even see, the thing is, I'm working as a developer, I don't know how to code the front end. Okay, front end I don't know, I just know the back end code. Okay, so that is the thing, and for you guys, okay, you need not know this. Okay, but yeah, if at all you can understand these basics, it will help you understand what is XPath. That is the main reason I'm telling you. Okay, so you have seen, guys, now how this title tag affects the title of your page. Now say I want to write something in the body because body is completely empty, guys. Okay, I want something. I want to type on paragraph. Okay, paragraph, or else I want to first type one heading. Okay, see there is a heading called H1. Okay, and it stops like this. Heading starts heading H1. Okay, this is that. Say this is the start tag and this is the end tag, guys. Okay, start and the end tag. Now if I say about Selenium, now if I have saved it by doing Control S. If I refresh this browser, it will say about Selenium. You see this, guys? It is saying about Selenium. That is the H1 tag. And like that, you have, there are H1 till H7, I believe, or H6, H7 only, I believe. H2, you have, okay, H2 till H7, I believe. Okay, let's try. Okay, I'm not very much sure. H7, H7. See, H1 will be having the highest font size. H2 will have the second highest font size. H3, it will keep on decreasing, guys. And H7 is the least font size, I believe. I don't think H8 is there. Let's see. Refresh. H8 is not there, or H6 is the highest. Yeah, only H6, I believe. Okay, but don't worry, guys. Okay, we need not worry about this. But there are H1 till H6 or H7. Okay, you can Google it and find out, guys. Okay. This is about heading tag. Okay, and I'm gonna remove this now. Now, if you want to write any paragraph, what you can do? Okay, I have removed that, and now I'll just save it, and then I'll refresh. It's got removed. So, how many tags that you guys see, guys, here? One is HTML tag. It starts here, it ends here. Then there is a head tag. It starts here, ends here. Then there is a body tag. It starts here, it ends here. Then there is a title tag, which starts here, ends here. Then there is H1 tag. It starts here, it ends here, guys. That is all about it. Any doubt, guys? Anything that is bothering you? No? Okay. Fine. Say now I want to write a paragraph. There is a tag called p tag. P, and you say \p, and you can write something. Selenium is an open source automation tool. Okay, it is used to something, you say, automate browser. Now you guys might be thinking why I'm writing this story here. Now I want to tell you guys something which you guys already might know. You cannot automate standalone application using Selenium. I hope everyone knows that, right? I mean, if at all you have Eclipse and you want to automate this Eclipse, you want to click on this window and search something, you cannot do it using the Selenium, guys. Okay, you cannot do it using the Selenium. You can do it only by using some other tools like QTP and all those things. But if you see in the market today, okay, Selenium is in huge demand, guys, huge demand. That's because Selenium is an open source tool and there is absolutely no licensing cost involved. And not just that, you can automate browser on any any operating system, guys. May it be Windows or may it be Mac or may it be anything else. You can definitely automate it using the Selenium. You can definitely automate it using the Selenium, guys. Okay. Any doubt so far? And if I now refresh this, it will say these things. Oh, Selenium is an open source automation tool. It is used to automate browser. You cannot automate a standalone application using the Selenium. And you can also write something like this. Selenium is black. Selenium is cross-platform. For example, QTP was there. QTP, which you can use to automate browsers and the standalone application like web application, and also the standalone application like what is this? Like Eclipse or something else, okay? Or even this Notepad is an application. If you want to automate these, then there are other tools like QTP and all those things. But QTP is not cross-platform, guys. QTP only you can use on Windows. Okay, so these are the things, guys. Okay, there are a lot of things, but mainly the reason for Selenium to grow so much because it is open source. You need not pay anything to anyone for getting the license, but the QTP per license goes to around 7 or 8 lakhs, I believe. Okay, for one user license. But here it's not almost, it's actually the free of cost. And this is you can use to automate browser on Windows, Linux, or anything that you can name of. Okay, and Mac OS, but QTP is only for Windows operating system. Okay, so these are some of the basic difference between Selenium and other tool like QTP. Okay, so this is how you will put the paragraph. Now, once you put the paragraph, see there is a form. Say there is a form and you want to write something like this. Say one more heading and you will say H3 here. Please enter your details. Please enter your details. Okay, say I want to create a form. Okay, like this. Okay, I want to give like this, and then I want to give a text box. How to put a text box in HTML, guys? You can say input. There is something called as type equals to text. I will tell you what is this type. Text. And you can close the text box like this. Input. Now your input tag starts at this line and end at this particular place. This is the start and this is the end. Now you will see a major difference between whatever tags that you have seen and this input tag. Input tag, there is something called as type equal to text. What is this, guys? That is the question. Type equal to text. Type is something called as, this is the tag, input is the tag, okay, we all know tag. Type is an attribute, text is the value of that attribute, guys. Okay, this is what you need to understand. Input is a tag, same like this. HTML, head, body, h1, p, h3, body, closing. These are all the tags, guys. Okay, okay. This is an attribute. This is that value of that attribute. And most of the tags you will gonna see in the real life, they will have some attribute and some value. Okay. Now we will gonna see how it looks like in our browser. If I save this particular file, I have saved it in fact. Okay, now if I refresh my browser, see it is giving you this text box. See, you can see here we are here. That's all about it, guys. Text box. Say equals to Divya. In the same way, if you want to put the password, the similar thing you can use for password. Now if I refresh this, it will say this one and this one. It is right next to each other. If you want to separate it, there is a tag called break line, BR tag, guys. When if you put the BR tag, if you probably put two BR tags, then it will give you some space between these two things. But here now if I say Divya, your password is pass, you can still see the password whatever you're typing. But normally when you log into application, the whatever you're typing in the password box, it will be like a dot dot dot. That's what we will see. How to do that? Instead of type equals to text, you have to say password. I think so. This is what it is. Let's check password. Okay, now still if I say, it is giving you this whatever you're typing, but I refresh, the new HTML gets loaded. Now if I type anything here, I'm typing Divya, it's fine, but down if I'm typing anything, it just gives a dot. Type anything, it just gives a dot. So now you should be able to understand what is the significance of this attribute and the value. Depending on what value you give to the attribute, that particular element behaves differently. If to an element, if you give the type equals to text, you are able to see the text whatever you are typing. Similarly, if you give the type equals to password, it works like a password box. Any doubt, guys, so far? Any doubt? No? Okay. Fine, guys. But feel free, whenever you guys have any doubt, feel free to ask me, guys. And then there is one more tag called as input type equals to submit. This one will gonna give me submit box. If I refresh, see the submit box I got. You want to put that submit box on the next line, you give at least one breakpoint, or I give two breakpoints, so it will go to the next line, guys. See, submit button is there, right there. Now if you want to give some label, okay, you can say, you can give some label. For example, before this box, somewhere here you want to type username. Okay, how to write it? There is something called as label. LABEL. Label starts here. Give some label, that is username, and the end of the label. Similarly, here, end of the label, it says password. Now if you refresh this, saved, and I refreshed it, see, this is how it says, guys. You see? Now you want to bring this submit button somewhere in the middle. From right now it is here, and you want to bring it in the middle. They will use the CSS, guys. CSS. The developers will use the CSS. I'm not sure how to use it to bring it towards right, but if I Google it, I can find out. Okay, but that is not the that is not what we are trying to learn today, or we'll never be learning those things. The web development we will not be learning, but we will be learning what is this key value pair, these kinds of things. Okay, the basic what is really required for us. Okay, so this is how it behaves, guys. Now this particular login form is done. Now next, so these things, that whatever you are seeing, type is an attribute, password is the value, type is again an attribute here, submit is the value. Okay, that is all about it. Any doubt, guys? No doubt. Do you guys want to take around 5 minutes break now, or you guys want to take later, because the class will might go till around 1:45. So that is the reason I'm asking. 1:45 to 2 o'clock maximum. Are you saying anything is fine? Divya, Jyoti. Okay, no reply. Okay, fine. Fine with me too. Same here. Okay, so we'll take 5 minutes break, guys. Okay, after that we will see some more things related to what is that? This HTML, and then I will tell you how to take XPath. Okay, I'll tell you how to take the XPath, guys. Okay, so that is it, and we will meet right now. My time is uh, 1:19. We will try to start the class at 1:16, guys. Okay, 1:16 we'll try to start the class. Okay, thanks a lot, guys, and yeah, we'll meet after 5 minutes. Thank you. Recording. Yeah, I started the recording, guys. Thanks a lot. Okay, now whatever we have seen so far, this is what we have seen. We have added this submit button and everything, and I will just show you the what do you call this, the HTML. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Whatever you have typed, that is how it will look like, guys. Okay, this is what you have typed, and this is what got loaded into the browser. Okay, so we will see how to see this HTML and all later on, but let's concentrate on building something. Okay, that is it, guys. Now say you want to say that this is an official website of the Selenium. You might need to do like this. Please again paragraph tag, please click here to our Selenium official website. Okay, something like this, and your say paragraph ends here. Paragraph ends here. Then what you might need to do is this is a paragraph. Okay, inside a tag, I think you should be able to put this something called as anchor tag, guys. Okay, what is this anchor tag? I'll show you. There is an anchor tag called a h I f equal to something, and your anchor tag closes your text here, then here the anchor tag closes, guys. Okay, and href I'll give, say, seleniumhq.org. If I put this, I'm expecting it to give me the paragraph, I mean this line with href, this particular here as an hyperlink. Let's see. Yeah, see, this is what it is giving. Now if I click on here, it takes me to seleniumhp.org. Okay, so you can have a tag inside a tag. See, it's inside the head tag you have the title tag. Yeah, you inside the body tag you have h1 tag, p tag, all these tags are there. In the same way, inside one more tag like p tag, you can have the href tag as well. Okay, and this is called as anchor tag, guys, and it is like this. It will have an attribute called href, and if you say href equal to something, it will give that hyperlink. If you can click on that, it will go there. Okay, and this is the exact text that you want. Okay, text that you want. Okay, if there is any doubt, please ask me, guys. Okay, so this a tag, that is anchor tag, has an attribute called href. Value of that attribute is http www something. This is the value, guys. Okay, that's it. Now, apart from that, what you will have maximum? You might have something called as, when you take the mouse pointer on the submit tag, you don't see anything. For example, if you go to google.com, okay, when I take the mouse pointer on this Google, it is giving me some text. This text, okay, on the Google, that is called as tooltip, guys. See, when I take the mouse pointer, it takes Google. When I take the mouse pointer on this mic, it says search by voice. These are called the tooltips, guys. How to bring the tooltip? Say I want to bring the tooltip for submit button. Okay, I want to bring the tooltip for this submit button. So how will I say? There is a thing called as title equal to, you say, click here to submit. Click here to submit. Now if I save it and if I refresh this page, now if I take the mouse pointer on the submit button, see, it is telling me to click here to submit. Okay, so why I told you about this title tag is, so the input tag has two attributes, that is, one is type attribute, another one is title attribute, guys. The value of the type attribute is submit. Value of the title attribute is click here to submit, guys. Okay, so a tag can have more than one attribute value pair. Attribute value pair, you can have more than one. Even you can have 10 different attribute and value pair. Okay, any doubts, guys, so far? Anything that is bothering you? No? Okay, fine, guys. Okay, I told you about the tooltip. I told you about the href. This is how you will develop something. Okay, say you want to say some select box. Okay, say I don't want to write the entire code. Select box in HTML. Okay, by this time you guys will know whatever I'm talking about. Okay, so if I want to say some select box, okay, something that says like this, select, again a paragraph, and you say select your car type. Okay, say, and below that you might have something like this. have something like this, and it's a paragraph, guys. P, and select your card type. Again, the paragraph ends here. It's all about it. Let me save it. Let me refresh this page. See, it's giving me this one. This is called a select box, guys. Select box. It is not a drop down, guys. Okay, there is a difference between drop down and select box. We'll be seeing when it comes to our HTML. Okay, so I hope now it's really clear for you guys. Okay, whatever whenever I'm saying, uh, you know, what is a tag? See, select is a tag. Inside the select tag, you have option tag. Okay, this is the attribute name. The value is the attribute name. Volvo is the value. Here again, attribute name is value. Value, actual value is sap. Here, the attribute name is type. Submit is the value. Title is the attribute name. Click here to submit is the value. Okay, that is how it goes, guys. It is all about tag name, attribute name, and the value, guys. That's all about it. Tag name, attribute name, and the value. All right, so we have seen this so far, and now let's get back to the real thing. We were talking about something called as XPath. XPath, guys. This is what we are talking about. We were talking about. Okay, XPath is the one which we were talking about. Now, what I mean by the XPath? XPath is very simple, guys. I'm going to this browser, okay, and before I tell you about the XPath, I want to tell you about something called as Firebug in the Firefox. Okay, I'll open the Firefox browser, okay, and if you open the Firefox browser and if at all you have not put Firebug into your Firefox, then you will not have this. At the top right hand corner, do you see this bug icon? You might not have this bug icon on your computer. On your Firefox browser, you will not have this bug icon at all. Okay. Now, how do we get that bug icon and why we need to get it? This is the question, guys. First, we will see how to get that bug icon here. Okay. So you go to Google in Firefox browser and you type download Firebug and press enter. And you will see the site called this one, addons.mozilla.org. addons.mozilla.org. All you need to do is go to this particular URL, guys, by clicking. Don't go to any other URL. Go to this Mozilla URL itself. Don't don't try to download it from filehippo.com or something. There are all chances of it is giving you the some unwanted softwares or some kind of malicious softwares or viruses. Okay, so always go to this mozilla.org in case of this one, and you will have this particular button called add to Firefox. Just click on it, add to Firefox. It will go ahead and install, and click on it will go ahead and give this particular pop-up. You go ahead and click on install. That is all about it, guys. And it might tell you to restart your Firefox. In that case, you can restart your Firefox. That's all about it, guys. Okay, now I will try to browse the same file in the Firefox, and I will tell you why I downloaded Firebug on the computer. Okay, now if I click on the Firebug at the top right corner, I'm clicking out right here at the top right hand corner. You're getting something. Okay, if I, there are many tabs like this. Okay, when I clicked on that, what happened, guys? Okay, there are many tags that you can see. One is console tag is there, console tag is there, one is HTML tag is there, another is CSS, script, DOM, net, cookies. All these tags are there, guys. You need not be worried about all these tags, and almost all these tags are for the developers. But we, for the Selenium, we will be basically be doing making use of console tab and the HTML tab, guys. These are the two important tabs in the Firebug app for us. Okay. Now, what is the use of this Firebug? Now, I'll go to the HTML tag, and here you can see all the HTML, guys. All the HTML, whatever we have written, that is what it is showing us. Absolutely no difference, guys. Whatever we have written, it is showing us. Now, say, now I want to tell you guys how to get the address for, say, hey, it shows submit query. It should be submit. That's all. Okay. I might need to give one more thing here, one more attribute called value, called some value you can give. So I'll give submit data. Okay, this is the value I want to give. Okay. So if I refresh this, submit data, it says. Okay. Even in Google Chrome, it will say submit data. Fine. Now it's fine. Okay. When that value attribute was not there, it was uh, your Firefox was treating this input tag little differently, guys. Okay. All right. So now you know what is, okay. Now you know this, all these things are there. Now say I want to get the XPath for the submit data button because I want to click on it. What I will do, guys, I will do a simple thing, that is I will do a right click on submit data, right click, and click on inspect element with Firebug. See, it is giving me the exact HTML that we had written for submit data button, that is submit button. This is the HTML what we had written, guys. Okay, see, this is the HTML, guys, and the same thing what we see here. Now in the same way, if you want to get the XPath of, say, username text box, all you need to do is right click on username text box and click on submit. It will highlight that username text box. Okay, that is the thing. Now what is XPath, I'll tell you. Okay, so this is how you can highlight, guys. Okay, you right click on something and inspect elements, it will highlight that particular HTML. This is what you need to know. There is one more way. If you want to highlight, if you don't want to do a right click and all these things, there is this button. Okay, right next to this bug, there is this button called an arrow kind of thing. Okay, now you want to do, you want to you want to see the HTML related to the select box. Okay, this Volvo select box. You click on this, the arrow, and then click on the select box. It will highlight the select box. Similarly, if you want to see the HTML related to submit data button, click on this one and you click on submit data, it will highlight this. So there are two ways. You can directly right click on this and inspect element, or you click on this and click on that one. Both are doing the same thing. Okay, this is how you have highlighted. Now let me go back to the submit button, submit data. Okay, so this is the HTML for the submit button. Okay, now how you will find out the XPath, guys. Okay, How will you find out the XPath? To find out the XPath, you have to start with double slash. You have to always start with double slash. And what is the tag name, guys? Double slash tag name. Then you have to do a square bracket at the rate attribute equal to attribute value. This is what you need to do. So in case of that submit button, tag name is what, guys? Can anyone tell me what is the tag name? For the submit button, what is the tag name? Input? Yeah, that's right, guys. Input is the tag name. And now attribute and attribute value we are seeing. There are three attributes: title, value, and type. There are three attributes, guys. You can choose anything. As of now, you can choose anything. I will choose value attribute. Say value, sorry, at the rate value. At the rate value equal to, what is the value? Submit data. Equal to submit data. This is my XPath, guys. This is my XPath for the submit button. How to check the XPath, if this XPath is correct or not, I will be telling you guys in a while. But this is the XPath, guys. Okay. In the same way, you can also see it's not always necessary that you have to choose the value itself. If you wish to choose, say, title attribute, okay, you can do that one also. You have to say title, and you have to say give this like this. This XPath also will be fine. You can also do this type equals to submit. Okay, you can also do the same thing, that is input at the rate type equal to submit. This is also fine, guys. All these three are the XPaths. All these three are the XPaths. Now my question to you guys is, okay, which you guys don't know, okay, see, how will we for sure shot will say this is the correct XPath? How will we say for sure that this is the correct XPath? That's when we have to look for this tab called a console tab. That's when your console tab comes into picture to check whether our XPath is correct or not. I will tell you how to go ahead and check it in the console. So I'll click on console tab, and down at the bottom right here, if you see, there is something, guys, okay, something here we can type, okay, in this. Here we can type something down at the bottom. What to type? That's the question. Basically, I will say you have to type your XPath. You have to type your XPath. Okay. But if you directly give XPath like this, it will not. It will give you some error like this, undefined, something like that. For your console to understand that whatever I'm giving, that is an XPath. If you want to tell your console, how will you tell it? Because your console is not understanding what is that you have put there. So for console to tell that whatever I'm giving is a XPath and processes accordingly, you have to put your XPath in between these things. Dollar $X braces double quotes. You have to put your XPath in between these two double quotes. Okay, so put your XPath here. Okay, so if I want to check if my first XPath, that is this XPath is correct or not, I will copy this entire XPath. I will put it here and I will put this entire thing, copy and paste it here down at the bottom here. This is where I'll paste it, guys. So let me paste it. I have pasted it and then press enter. What you see, guys, there is something we can see, but how to check whether this whatever something is coming, that is correct or not? If you take your mouse pointer, it should highlight the submit data button. Do you see? If I take the mouse pointer, it is highlighting submit data. See? By that way, you can make sure your XPath is correct one. All right. Any doubt, guys? In the same way, you can check the other two XPath also. Your actual XPath is only these things, guys. Okay. This is an XPath. You can use either this or this. So second XPath, I want to check whether this XPath is correct. I'll paste it there and I will paste it in your, okay, here down at the bottom. And you want to clear whatever that is there, you just click on clear button, it will get cleared. Now if you press enter, now if you take the mouse pointer, so this XPath is also correct. So let me check the third XPath. Let me put it. See, the third XPath is also correct. So you can use, when on all three XPath is correct, you can use any of these three XPaths. How to use this XPath, any of these three XPath, I will tell you in tomorrow's class how to use it in Selenium thing. But you can use any of these XPath. And you also should know that if there is any wrong that you do, for example, this is the correct, see, this highlighted part is the XPath. Okay, the $X and this one, and then at the end, this is just for formatting to see whether it is working or not. But your actual XPath is only this much, guys. That is, it starts from here, it ends it here. Okay, say instead of submit, you say submit R or submit 1. Now if you paste it, it will not be able to find out the thing. See, it is giving you a wrong thing. But if you, and this is a shortcut, guys. Say you have typed something in this box down at the bottom. If at all you have typed something in the box, you press down arrow or the up arrow on your keyboard, down arrow or the up arrow on your keyboard, you will get that thing again. Okay, so I will press the up arrow key. See, you got it, whatever you have typed last time. So I'll change something a little bit. I said submit RR, so instead RR I'll remove. Now I'll press enter. Now it is saying correctly. So you, whatever XPath that you are giving, it should be correct. Okay, that's when you can use it in Selenium script, guys. Okay, whatever XPath that you give, it should be correct. And if at all there is something, for example, you want to do submit 3, it will give you the error. It will give you, it is not able to find out what you're talking about. That's what it says. Any doubts here, guys? In XPath thing, the basics of XPath, whatever I taught you guys. Any doubts? Anybody? All right, guys. So if there is no doubt, okay, we can wind up for today. And only request to all of you guys is create a username, okay, on this particular website. Okay, I'm again pinging you guys the website, and what you can guys do is once you create the thing, you try to ping me that particular username. Once you create it, you'll get an email. Activate that account and ping me your username. Okay, I will, after that I will tell you what needs to be done. Okay, and this is very, very important, guys. Okay, integrating your Eclipse with what is that, version control, say SVN or JIT. That is very, very important, guys. Okay, so I will be telling you guys what needs to be done, and I believe all of you have Eclipse Neon, right? Eclipse Neon version. If at all Eclipse Neon is there, it's very good, guys, because we will be installing some kind of plugins, guys. Okay, some kind of plugins in the Eclipse. Okay, so that we will be seeing it in tomorrow's class maybe. And that's it for today, guys. Any doubt, anyone, before we wind up? Okay, if no doubt, that's it. And feel free, guys. Okay, if at all you have any doubt when you're practicing, if at all you guys get stuck, please get in touch with me. I should be able to help you guys. Okay, that is all about it, guys. And thanks a lot, and we will try to meet tomorrow at 11 a.m. Thanks a lot, guys, for your time. Bye bye.